Yes, the Abraham Accords will be quickly resumed. And the corollary to the Abraham Accords was the notion that Saudi Arabia could make peace with Israel, and that would lay the groundwork for, sort of moving before it. I spent 4 years as Secretary of State trying to advance the process in Israel. And as I said, the two leaders didn't want to do it. Now I think things have changed a little bit in certain ways, and some for the good and some for the bad. The events of October 7th, honestly, were as egregious, as horrendous, as disgusting, as craven, as bestial as anything I've seen in a big, broad way in a long, long time. And I fought in a war, I fought in Vietnam, I've been to war, I know what things are like. But this was uglier. There was a misogynistic, racist, deep-rooted rage that was expressed on that day. And it had a profound impact on the body politic of Israel. And Israelis, even those who were pushing for two-state solution and who believe in the fairness of that division, they're chastened today. They feel that there's going to have to be a new definition of security for them to really be able to buy into another state. And so that doesn't mean you can't do it. I think you can do it, but it's going to take longer. It's going to take building capacity among the Palestinians. It's going to take a process of building trust, of gaining confidence. And here's the danger, folks. The government of the right that is currently there, not one single member publicly supports, or even privately, a Palestinian state. And so when the Oslo Accords were signed, there were 110,000 settlers in the West Bank. Today, there are about 600,000. And even 2 weeks into the war, Israel announced 13,000 new units of building in the West Bank. Now, you know full well, diplomatically and so forth, the Oslo Accords promised transition to give land back starting in 1993 and moving forward. It's not happened. And you now openly, last week, saw one minister anyway, maybe a couple, talking about annexation of the West Bank.
That's right.
Now, if you had annexation of the West Bank, folks, everything that has preceded us is difficult to see how it works. I got a set of principles agreed to before I left as secretary, and among those principles, the Arab world accepted the idea that Israel would be a Jewish state. But there are 1.6 million Arabs in Israel, Israeli Arabs. And what is the status of a Jewish state where, will they be allowed to vote? Will those other people, it won't in fact be if they could elect a prime minister who wasn't Jewish, and that's not going to happen, obviously. So then what kind of state do you have? So this is a monumental challenge still. And it's going to take a lot of work to try to pull people together. And frankly, it's going to take a while. Now, I think Trump, again, is the beneficiary of the agony of these last months, which people will want to get behind them somehow. And I think there will be some momentum to be able to find a way to give people more hope and to begin to build a future. But believe me, there's nothing much left of Gaza. And those people do not want to be driven out. And I think the advocates of a two-state solution are going to continue to press for them to be treated more fairly and effectively.